Welcome to Eastside Cycling. Today we're at the Redmond link and we're gonna go check out a new stretch of the bike path. So come along. Hanok's gonna do the voiceover.
And here we go. Thank you, Jasmine, so much for that introduction and being our pilot today. And we are starting here right next to the downtown Redmond link station. And what we are showing off today is the brand new Phase 3 of the Redmond Central Connector Trail, which is the final 1.6 miles, which basically links this area all the way to the Eastrail at 124th, closer to Woodinville. This has been a long time coming and is a big deal in terms of just adding all these different connections and building up the network here on the east side. So today I've decided to show you basically the whole Redmond Central Connector because frankly before this was connected it sort of ended unceremoniously, and even I never really rode it much because I didn't really know what to do with it. But now it is a 4-mile trail connecting neighborhoods in Redmond, Kirkland, and Woodinville and the like, and those tons and tens of miles of trail, including the Sammamish River and the Eastrail and the Cross Kirkland corridor. So it is a pretty nice new significant add. A lot of you will be familiar with it if you've been here a while, but a few things I want to talk right off the cuff is that there's going to be a ribbon cutting happening on September 12th, as well as a big group ride that I'm hosting with Move Redmond and Eastrail partners, two major advocates and nonprofits behind sort of the work that's going on here. And yes, this is going to be my first group ride since my incident, so I would love your support. I'll have more details in the description below. There's an Eventbrite link they can sign up. It's going to be a no-drop party pace ride, and my goal and my hope is that I can get as many of you out there riding with me, enjoying this almost this exact same route that Jasmine is going on now, plus a little bit more to Totem Lake. But yeah, for this video, it was just sort of a surprise when people started telling me that the trail was actually fully open. And you know me, I just need to get you all the latest and greatest as quick as I can. So here we are. So just want to make a note of something I didn't cover here is that if you do go in the opposite direction towards the east beyond the link station, that'll bring you to the East Lake Sammamish Trail and also to the Marymore Village Station. But as we keep going here in the west and northbound direction, a lot of this stuff was built before as part of Phase 1 and Phase 2, which when I checked their website was finished in like 2013 and 2017 respectively. So there's been 8 years since there's been some significant updates and progress, but sometimes that's just how it goes. And something I didn't get to point out on camera is that just before that bridge there is a direct connection to the Sammamish River Trail around here. So that's really I think the key part of all this is just remembering how this sort of ends up connecting all these different trails, because honestly the section that this rides through next to Willows Road sort of goes through a business district next to a big golf course and not too much else. So you're gonna find that unless you're like living in some of these communities near that area, it's not particularly gonna have like a lot of amenities right nearby, but creating a whole nother option to just route and connect through these different many trails, I think it's gonna be really awesome because honestly the Sammamish River Trail gets super busy over the summer, and I could see this as a potential just alternative for those that just want sort of a quieter ride north-south, but obviously with the caveat that once you get to the Eastrail it won't be fully paved. There'll be some hard packed gravel that basically any bike can ride over. And we are soon approaching the brand new section of the trail. I have it a bit sped up right now, but we'll slow it right back down once we get there. But if you've been enjoying this video so far, definitely roll over that like button, subscribe. I really do make a huge effort to try to get as many of you riding outside as possible, and I can't do it without your viewership and help. Not to mention we're super close to an awesome milestone of 10,000 subscribers, something I never imagined would happen when I first started picking up a GoPro. So means a lot. And if you want to go the extra mile, we have a new membership thing too, where I can just give back to you all as well. We are finally here for the main event, the brand new sections of trail, which will become very obvious as they're sort of all built to the modern standards. Redmond has been one of those cities on the east side the past little while that's really been impressing us in terms of building up transit and building up bike lanes. So yeah, this sort of gets put into that bucket as up here right at 100 Court, we're going to start seeing the new pavement, but also these art sculptures here on the side. Very interesting that basically all these new multimodal projects always includes art. I think it really helps, at least in this scenario, because we are sort of more or less just in this business district next to this giant church here. This is where the ribbon cutting is going to be held, but even then now we saw sort of that brand new striping of the crosswalk, and I believe it had a flashing indicator as well. We still have the good lighting here on the sides, which is always a big almost must on the trails that we have here in order for us to ride them year round. So now we are on the new stuff. 12 feet of paved trail with 2 to 3 feet of gravel shoulder. I think the gravel shoulder really adds a lot to these trails. But interesting thing to point here is this Jersey berry on the left. That's something I don't see as often, but obviously it's pretty welcomed as it just prevents and adds a little bit more space between the super busy roadway. But this probably doesn't do much to reduce the noise. But yeah, I think pretty much at all these different intersections, a lot of road repaving has been redone and sort of everything updated. So it's a pretty big change, and honestly for some of these more used intersections, even for other cyclists like 116th, it's a very welcome one. But yeah, now you can see this whole setup. It's gonna be basically just as wide as the Eastrail there in South Bellevue, but the gravel shoulder is slightly more narrow. The gravel shoulders I think are a huge plus, and it's nice when they can get even wider because it just creates space for more types of users, like sort of usually for, I noticed with walkers, runners, or with pets, they like to use that. But definitely take it anything we can get. But this is still super duper nice, and we are passing by the golf course I was mentioning before. Usually you're on the other side of it looking for the Sammamish River Trail, and I am so excited to come here and ride it myself. I haven't had that privilege yet, and most likely that group ride that I was talking about will be my first chance to, so I'm excited to share that experience with all of you. And yeah, it's gonna be just a little whiles more. Basically this is a lot of what this trail is, just running directly next to Willows Road. And for basically a lot of years, people have just seen this as a completely filled gravel area. So it's sort of really amazing to see this actually come to fruition. And yeah, I just can't overstate how I feel that this would just add a lot more options for people. I'm really curious for next year through the busy season whether people would choose to use this over the Sammamish River Trail, because this is actually a lot more modernized than some parts of the SRT. It's wider, it's probably more comfortable to ride straight through. The scenery maybe is not as nice, obviously, with all those cars on the left, but depending on what your priorities are, this could really be an interesting option. So that's where my head's at with this. But I think obviously the more trails we have here in King County, Seattle, Western Washington, the better. And it's so exciting to me that the Eastside is really trying to pioneer this with the Eastrail, a vision of a 42-mile trail that goes all the way from Renton to Snohomish, and little pieces by pieces are coming together, and this is part of it. And also there is the Wilburton Trestle, of course, that all of you are looking forward to in the next couple of years, and then it just keeps going. I know with the current overall macro environment, things might slow down a bit with these other things, but I just having lived here for a little while. I'm starting to see it really come together, and it's so exciting. And it's a huge part due to just local advocacy organizations, and then just people voting for this stuff to be built, either through different levies and everything. So if you can, yeah, definitely support Eastrail Partners and Move Redmond. So here is 116th Street. You can see it just completely redone. The bike lanes repainted as well. To the east of here is 60 Acres Park, a super common cycling meeting spot, like for meets, the really popular Cascade Free Group Ride series that is really fun. And yeah, up ahead now, this is one of the longer straights, and I can't imagine how nice it is to ride here because you get a really good view here on the right. Just open. I love it whenever there's just an open sort of landscape. But just to describe the lay of the land forward is that, yeah, you're basically going to be able to go straight and then head towards Woodinville on a at grade Eastrail, or there's going to be sort of this turn that you can make up towards the Cross Kirkland corridor, and that is definitely a bit of a hill, but then afterwards it'll be completely at grade again heading towards Kirkland. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna end the video once we get to that final intersection. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in your comments below what you think of this new trail. Is this something that you're gonna be able to use often? Do you think might be a decent alternative to the SRT? Do you think what does it connect you to that you weren't able to previously? Just really curious how you all are going to use it, and I think it's just amazing that we really just have effectively just a brand new 4-mile trail, because with it not being connected, it wasn't really there, but now it is. So yeah, so excited there. And this is that final intersection here as we make our way across. And that's about it. I really hope to see you all at the group ride. Hope this preview helps you to check this out for yourself. And that's all I have for this video. So I'll see you all in the next one.